Yes, I'm Patterson Tweed, impresario and master of ceremonies at Tweed's World and Artificial Theatre. For the artificial artists, our motto is, out of my mind, onto your stage, I owe it all to my pal, the digital director, the ringmaster and #1 contributor of AI infestation and amusement, Mr. Billy Bartificial Barton.
Well, thank you, Patterson. If you're there, I'm going to jump right into, we're in Suno. However, what I want to do, I just want to show you a process that I do for some of these songs, if you call them songs. When I'm watching YouTube videos, I read the comments, and occasionally the comments will have something interesting, a phrase, and I write these down when I find something that I enjoy, and I put them together, and a lot of times they make sense. Let me show you an example of one here, right here, and it was, let's see, that must be the Magpie in me. I'm not sure where I heard that, but it's an interesting phrase. That must be the Magpie in me. Maybe that's from some other, I don't know, some other culture, British, I'm not sure. A ship's ladder washed up on the beach. I was watching a YouTube channel, a guy called, I forgot what it's, but he's in Australia, and he does beach combing. And a number of times you'll find ship ladders washed up on the beach. And whale vomit ambergris, oh, that's the name of it. An expensive fragrance, obviously what that would be, pretty much out of reach. So these are what I've started with. Next, Critical Groove event, Bowl of Panache, Perfect Fugitive, Florence of Arabia. I'd buy that for $1. Hobo Influencer, squeezed into a pebble. Many minerals for bones and teeth. Now this one here, the bottom, I was watching another channel with people, the Thames River running through London, and people were walking on that when the tide's low, not tide's low, but when it's, I guess maybe it's tide low. However, somebody found a broken dish, maybe from the 1800s, early 1900s, and if you had the dish, but here was what was written on the dish. They didn't find a full one, but somewhere along the line, this little rhyme, this is not, season me well with pepper and salt, and just a pinch of mustard yellow, and don't forget the ale of malt for the juice that makes me a mellow fellow. And the last thing is to shake the pan, and the chickens come running. So these are just some ideas. And here, this is the first take on it.
The magpie in me, ship's ladder washed up on the beach, whale vomit ambergris and expensive fragrance pretty much out of reach, critical growth.
So that's the first take, and as I go through these, and I won't go through every one of them, as I go through these I change them. I change the lyrics. I started stitching them together and trying to get them to make a little bit more sense. Let's see what I've got here. It's in the Magpie and me. Ship's ladder up on the shore. Okay, I first said ship's ladder washed up on the beach, but I had a hard time with a rhyme. So I changed it to shore, and I could do ship's ladder washed up on the shore. Whale vomit and ambergris is an expensive fragrance Captain Ahab never wore. Okay, so I introduced Captain Ahab into that because we're talking about whale vomit. So that would be, hey, a great white whale vomit. So a few things have changed. I bought that $1 says a hobo. So this all down here at the chorus, all of that remains the same. But a few of these I changed because it wasn't falling well. There's one. I think I made a few changes here. Boom. Rusty Rail Hobo Influencer. Can't you hear him holler? I'd buy that for $1. Many minerals and bones for a tune. Many minerals for bones and teeth. I believe in that belief. I like the. I buy that for $1. I don't know where that phrase came from. I don't know if that's common or not, but I like that. I can hear somebody walking along and saying it for me. What? I'd buy that for $1. So anyway, what do we got? We got. Here's the final version as far as the lyrics go. Rusty Rails Hobo from Can't You Hear Him Holler, I'd buy that for $1. That makes sense. And a lot of times, maybe it can be a line or two too many, and sometimes things won't fall into place, and you have to rewrite it. Or a tempo will change things if it's in a certain tempo. It may sound good in one. For instance, let's do this. I'll take this one over, move me over here. These will be the final ones here. Let's listen to this one.
That must be the magpie in me. Ship's ladder washed up on the shore. Whale vomit ambergris is an expensive fragrance one Captain Ahab never wore. Critical groove event, bowl of panache, a pretty fugitive who was Florence of Arabia. Rusty Rail is hobo influencer, can't you hear him holler? I'd buy that for $1. Many minerals for bones and teeth. I believe in that belief. Season me well with pepper and salt and just a pinch of mustard yellow. And don't forget the ale of malt, for that the juice that makes me.
Right here I say, but I think I can. This is the latest version, which would be. Right now, I'm going to do it over here. I'm going to copy this, and I will put this over here, the lyrics, and I'll paste them in. And I'm going to remove the line, many minerals for bones and teeth. I'm going to take that out. It didn't fall well. So anyway, I think I got just trying to balance the lines out. And what was the style of this? The style of this would be, where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, right there. You do that. Okay, I copied it. And we go down to here where our styles are, and we paste it in. Bam. And I got to add my voice. I forgot to do that. Somewhere. Come on up here. Okay. So that's okay. My voice is added, and down here, more options. We'll select male. Okay, so they didn't. I knew something was funny because let me show you this. We'll do this again. It didn't get my voice for some reason or other. Okay, there we go. Now, when I come down here, there'll be three options. I knew something was wrong. And so we'll just run it as it is. It always starts with 50, 15, 25, and we'll check out, see how that sounds. See if it falls in place a little bit better. Waiting, here we go. It'll be here. All right, there we go.
That must be the magpie in me. Ship's ladder washed up on the shore. Whale vomit ambergris is an expensive fragrance one Captain Ahab never wore. Critical groove event.
See, I could have been Captain Ahab. He never wore. I think it will fall better like it. But anyway, just when you're doing these, you can listen and see at a particular tempo, you may want to remove or add a word once you've decided.
A fugitive who was Florence of Arabia. Rusty Rail is hobo influencer. Can't you hear him holler? I'd buy that for $1. Season me well with pepper and salt and just a pinch of mustard yellow. And don't forget the ale of malt, for that the juice that makes me a mellow fellow. Shake the pan.
So I don't know if I'll get a copyright strike on that or not. I wonder where that came from. That's probably an old folk song or something.
That must be the magpie in me. Ship's ladder washed up on the shore. Whale vomit ambergris is an expensive fragrance one Captain Ahab never wore.
So I'm kind of satisfied with that. But you see over here, the weirdness 50, style influence is 50. So we'll do a couple more. I'll bring the style up here, and I'll bring and we'll check and see. And every time you do this, it prompts, it brings a couple of them up. You can finally reach a point that you're just at it. This is just playing around. To me, it's almost like doing a crossword puzzle. You're just trying to get some things, little phrases that work together. Not some, probably no one will hear it. What is this, a minute and 15 seconds? Yeah, so. But it's just one of these things that you can do. It's kind of a game.
That must be the magpie in me. Ship's ladder washed up on the shore. Whale vomit ambergris is an expensive fragrance one Captain Ahab never wore.
Come and check this one and we'll do
That must be the magpie in me.
See, now I really like this, and I may go with this one. It's going to be longer because it's slower. And I don't think it'll be a hit at all. I don't think anybody will listen to it. But every once in a while, I want to put out something. I mean, they're not listening to me anyway. So put out something that's a little different. I really like this one. So this is on a film noir vibe.
Ship's ladder washed up on the shore. Whale vomit ambergris is an expensive fragrance one Captain Ahab never wore. Critical groove event, bowl of panache.
Okay, we got that one in sleeves, and I'm going to do this to show that I kind of like it. We'll try there's a couple more up here.
That must be the magpie in me. Ship's ladder washed up on the shore.
No, I like this one a little bit better because it has that same type of swing feel that I like. But at the same time, it's not quite as slow. We'll see here what we get. And this is...
That must be the magpie in me. Ship's ladder washed up on the shore. Whale vomit ambergris is an expensive fragrance one Captain Ahab never wore. critical groove event, bowl of panache, a pretty fugitive who was Florence of Arabia. Rusty Rail is hobo influencer, can't you hear him holler? I'd buy that for $1. Season me well with pepper and salt and just...
Okay, I like that one too. And I did add, I added, what did I, can't you hear him holler? No, what did I do? Captain Ahab, I added one word in there and see if that changes that. So this is going to be the last one. Because there's no end to it. You can
That must be the magpie in me. Ship's ladder washed up on the shore. Whale vomit ambergris is an expensive fragrance. One Captain Ahab he never wore.
So that does sound, but when you add the he, to me it does. Feels like I don't know. It feels a space. It's a rhythmic thing. But the AI is really good working with. Sometimes you just it acts to correct a lot of your mistakes. It was working without that, but at the same time I added one word in, gave it more of a balance, gave it more of a structure. It's kind of hard. I can't explain it, but at the same time, it may not work at a different tempo. Let's try this one. And this is going to be...
That must be the magpie in me. Ship's ladder washed up on the shore. Whale vomit ambergris is an expensive fragrance. One Captain Ahab he never wore.
So the he works. Okay. So what I'm this here when I do this one, I can pin that to the top, and it's going to be one of these, one or the other. A minute and 17 seconds. Good. So that doesn't cost me a lot of points when it comes to syncing the characters' lip movement and facial movements to the audio. I don't want to use a lot of credits on doing that. It's 117. So who knows, anybody watch it anyway. So this is kind of a process I go through, and it's not really songwriting. It's just playing with something until you get what you're affing. And I'm sure it helps you in some way to learn how to do. I mean, I brought Captain Ahab in, and I like that idea. And I want the Critical Groove event, Bowl of Fragrance, and Panache. Who was Florence of Arabia? There was a talk show that would say you'd have to answer with who was. So I'm rambling here. Okay, like, share, and subscribe, and thank you. And that's going to be it.